Hi. Okay, so do you ever hold back because you worry that you won't be accepted by other people? Or does it seem like nobody gets you? Or are you chameleon like? I know that well. Or do you find yourself like constantly defending yourself? Well, today I'm going to help you go from hiding your true self to being able to confidently show your own colors so that you can shed fear and be who you are and get on with your life. Today's topic is how to be who you are with confidence and ease. I am Linda Bucher, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. I am a Master Certified Life Coach, a speaker, an author, and a mentor to new coaches, for entrepreneurial stuff. And if you want to learn more about me, just go to lindabucher.com. You could see what's going on over there on my website, what I do, how I do it, some good free stuff too. And actually, I've got something I'm going to mention at the end of this broadcast, which will be short. And so I got something free, so stay tuned for the end of that. And I see some people are joining me live. So hello, I'm happy that you're here. And here we go today. Okay, so I put this picture up on Facebook not too long ago. See this? I took this at the fair the other day. These are some sheep, and they are wearing cheetah costumes. And so that was like my inspiration for today's workshop. So sheep, cheetah, or chameleon, I mentioned that earlier. So in my experience, I had a relationship, well, more than just one, where I was showing up as a chameleon, but I didn't even know it. So basically, what was I interested in? Oh, whatever he was interested in. If it was cars or music, or I just seemed to always have the same interests as that person that I was with. Not even wondering, what my own interests were. I didn't really know myself because I was so busy trying to be accepted, right? And so I did this in a bunch of relationships. In another relationship, I found myself in one of two modes all the time. Either I was defending myself or I was explaining myself, which maybe aren't that far off from each other either. So, and the problem with being a chameleon or being defensive or explaining, you feel like you have to explain yourself all the time, is number one, it's disrespectful to who you are, right? And if you don't respect you, no one will respect you. Number two, it's exhausting, right? To be who you're not or be constantly defensive is just so exhausting. It takes so much energy, right? And the third thing, and the big shame, is that you end up losing yourself. And being lost is a really awful place to be. And then you might find yourself really indecisive. That's how I was, I would be, oh, where do you want to go for dinner? Oh, I don't know. Where do you want to go? Right? Like that crap, right? Not like that anymore, but I was. I know, I get it. So when you don't know yourself, you don't know what you like, and you cannot be proactive. So that's tough to lose yourself too. So I want to give you a couple truths. I always drop some truth bombs. These are some truth bombs that I have learned in my years of being a life coach, and I love to share these with all of my clients. One is, I read a sentence written by the amazing Brene Brown that hit home like you wouldn't believe, and I want to share it with you. And the concept is around fitting in versus belonging. So she says, fitting in requires that you change who you are, but belonging requires that you don't. I hope I got that right. So I'm going to say it again. Fitting in requires that you change who you are, and belonging requires that you don't. See, belonging feels like home, right? There's no extra energy expelled. Belonging is amazing, right? Fitting in is like, please like me. Oh, well, let me do this. Do you like me now? Oh, let me do this. Do you like me now? Let me say this. Do you like me now? That is exhausting. Okay. So belonging feels like home. And I'm going to explain in my next truth a little bit why I know I mix metaphors all over the place, right? And I've got these sheep I'm looking over here with these cheetah costumes. We're talking about chameleons, and I'm about to talk about Pachysandra plants. So I like those. People have those around their trees up here in Western New York area. You don't have to mow them, right? And it's like you see all these little things sticking up, right? But it seems to me like they have a common root system. And that's what feels like home. Belonging feels like the people that you're with. We're all kind of commonly rooted. We're all kind of one, right? That we can feel it, right? So, all right, that was a little aside, but I just want to mention that. Okay, this next truth. I learned this from the amazing Amy Pearson. I don't know if she learned it from somebody else, but I think we got to propagate these important truths as life coaches. So she told me that there's 3 kinds of people. This hit home with me a lot too. So I definitely want to share this with you because it's going to help you for sure. Okay, so there's, you can separate people into like 3 groups. The first third we'll talk about are the kind of people who really don't want what you have to offer. They're not really all that interested in who you are, what you got to say, what you know, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes these people are close to you. It might be a parent, a sibling, a friend. So it could be somebody who loves you, but they just don't get you, right? What? Oh, whatever, don't get you. That's okay. That's 1/3 of people, okay? And I'm going to tell you what to do with them in a few minutes. Second third of people, you talk with my hands, I know. Second third of people. These are the kind of people who sometimes they're really interested and sometimes they're not. They could take you or leave you, right? Okay. Now, it's important to to say that there's a commonality between the first third and the second third. It doesn't matter what you do because it's not you, okay? So the first third of people, they're just not interested no matter what you do. The second third of people, sometimes they'll take it, sometimes they'll leave it, no matter what you do, okay? You have no control, right? And then that last 1/3 of people, which is the place that feels like home, this is where belonging is, that's that 1/3 of people that lean in, right? And they want to know who you are and they want what you have to say. And they want information from you. Maybe it stimulates their thought process, whatever. For some reason, they feel maybe like they already know you. They get you. And you didn't have to do anything. They just get you. So see, you still don't have to do anything. It's not what you do. It's just natural. So here's the thing that I want you to remember for the first 2/3 of people, because these are people who can easily be people in your own family or in your own circles, right? They don't have to get you to love you. I want to say that again because it's really important. They don't have to get you to love you. Now, I am going to give you a challenge here. 2 challenges, actually. Challenge number 1. I want you to make a list of people in your life who are important to you, okay? And then I want you to put them in the right third. It's people who are like, they really don't get me. They don't seem to want to get me, right? I've been maybe wasting a whole lot of energy trying to explain and convince when they're really never going to get me no matter what I do. And remind myself that they don't have to get me to love me, okay? And then what I want you to do with those people, and also this second group, or all these people really, is respect them for who they are. They get to be themselves just like you get to be yourself, right? So respect them, and for whatever 1/3 that they're in, right, just that's where they are. You've got a new understanding that it's not about you or whatever you do, okay? So you've got this new understanding. Respect, they may or may not. They don't have to get you. So stop using your energy to convince, cajole, explain, defend, whatever, for the first 2/3 of these people that we're talking about, okay? In these first two groups, okay? Just respect them for where they are. Approach them from that standpoint, okay? So that's number 1, is make that list and put people in the right thirds, okay? And then, think about the people in your third, your peeps, right? The ones who lean in, who really want to get to know you or feel like they already know you, or they totally get you, right? Those people. And those are the people that you may be missing in your life. And you know what? There's a lot more of them under. That's that Pachysandra plant popping up. There's so many of them. Go find where they are. And you'll know when you find them because you'll feel like belonging and you won't worry about that feel of, ooh, will I fit in? Right? That worry, if you're starting to wonder that, you're looking at the wrong people for your new circles. I don't mean to say get rid of the old circles. I just mean expanding into new circles. Okay. And my second challenge to you is when you feel like an outsider, because yes, this happens, right? I think for most of my life, I felt like an outsider because I didn't get you know, I think maybe my 1/3 of people I was not surrounded with for most of my life. Not in my family origin, not in too many of my friendships, right? And then, you know, later in life, I understand this concept and I'm like, oh, I totally have a whole bunch of people in this first third, which is super awesome. And you will too. So you got to allow yourself to get there. But my challenge is when you feel like an outsider, ask yourself, would I have to change who I am to fit in? Sometimes, you know, I ask myself this. I'll be like at school functions, right, for the kids, and I'll see a cluster group of moms here and moms there, right, all these little clusters. And as I sit and listen and say hello or whatever, I listen to the conversation and I go, would I have to change who I am to fit in? If so, maybe they're not my third. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm not friendly or I don't sit with them or say hello or whatever. You know, of course I do. But, you know, I don't feel like an outsider when I realize I don't want in. Okay? So just remember that. You might not really want in. You got to ask yourself that question. So that's my second challenge too. All right. So anyway, there's my little mini workshop for you today. You know, so if you liked it, I will please urge you to share it, maybe to comment on it, you know, and totally tune in next week for another mini workshop, more tools for your life. Speaking of tools for your life, I told you I was going to have one for you. Here we go. Oh, there you go. See, go to lindabooker.com/tools for your life. And what I've got up there right now, and this will be changing. I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave each free tool up there, but this is what I got up there right now. It's if you are struggling with change, I'm talking big change, not little change, but big change, and you're like, oh my God, everything's changing. What? What do I do? I don't get it. I don't understand it. You feel untethered, all that kind of crap. Go there, lindabooker/tools for your life. Sorry, lindabooker.com/tools for your life. And there's a nice little article that I got there for you that you can read about change because you understand a little bit more about it. It won't be so scary. Knowledge is a great combat for fear. So anyway, that's what I got. This is Linda Booker. I hope you enjoyed today, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Have a great day.